Hey, Metal Shop Steve here. I have a review today, and this is something unlike anything that I've reviewed before. So I'll just get right to it, I guess, and I'll tell you that it is a band called Imperial Age. If you're not familiar with them, I understand if you're a traditional metal person, you may not have heard of them. They are very much symphonic metal. It is like a metal opera, almost. It's probably the best way to describe it. A Russian band. The new album is called New World. They worked very, very hard to get this album out. And it's not their first. They've got a few out there. And so just to tell you about the band a little bit, again, it's symphonic metal, so you're going to get that element to it. But don't be afraid of that necessarily. Again, it's not really my cup of tea usually, but there's so much guitar on this album. A lot of really good guitar too. And I'm going to get into that when I talk about some of the songs individually here. But the other thing I can tell you is there's a lot of like chorus-driven vocals, like a few of them singing at once. And they do have 3 vocalists here. They have their male vocalist, and then they have 2 female vocalists. So, and they're very visible out there on social media. If you look for Imperial Age, they all have Instagram and all of that stuff. So definitely, if you want to get a peek at what they look like, a peek at some of their songs, they're out there. So definitely find that out. But again, it is symphonic, like a rock opera, like a metal opera. But again, a lot of really great guitar in this. So let me just get into this here. Some of my favorite songs, and I actually picked out 4 here that I think you should check out, definitely listen to. And it is kind of a story. Their albums kind of follow, not really, well, maybe concept album, I would say. So Legend of the Free is the first one here, and my notes say great riff. And that's exactly what stood out here. Really awesome, outstanding guitar riff in this song. So if you pop it in and you're like, oh, I'm not sure what I'm going to hear, and then you hear this, and maybe you were hoping to hear more of that guitar, then you're like, ah, okay, there it is. Great riff, and it's got that, you know, the multiple folks, the choral vocals going on here, and they've got this really fast riff within here, as I said, and it's good. So it should put your mind at ease for what you're going to hear on the rest of the album. Now, there are songs on here that are not as heavy, not as guitar driven, but those are really few and far between. I would say that of a lot of the symphonic type of metal bands out there, and there are a few, this kind of sets this band apart because there is a good amount of guitar here. The Way is the Aim. That is the next one I have here. The guitar tone on this one is just so pleasing. It's hard to describe it. It's just, for me, it's one of those where I hear the guitar and the tone of it is just, it's like, yes, that's what I want. And so that's here. And this one is almost, maybe exclusively female vocal in this one. Kiara and Jane are the female vocalists. That's what you get here in this song. The next one that I have marked on here is my favorite song on the album, Shackles of Gold. And so this one is unique. So the album cover is a ship, a tall ship on the sea. And so this song starts out kind of as a sea shanty, the way it sounds anyway, kind of that fiddle. If you're familiar with sea shanties at all, you know, pirate songs or whatever, it kind of has that flavor to it. So it has that sea shanty intro, and then it comes in with this serious rock riff. And it's got the male vocal leading the way here on this one. And a serious, serious rock song. And a very strong chorus. So, not quite as operatic, maybe, as some of the other choruses on this album and the different songs. This one's very strong. So, all things together here, Shackles of Gold. My favorite song on the album. Now, the last one I want to talk about is worth noting because it's 20 minutes long. It is the the finisher. It's the grand finale of the album called Call of the Towers. Again, 20 minutes long, and it is their epic on the album. It's a journey. It's the finale. It really pulls out all the stops, and it's giving you a taste of everything that this band can do all in one song. So if you want to just kind of sit back and get a full taste of Imperial Age all in one song, this would be the one. So kind of here's how it goes. About the first quarter of the song, around the first 5 minutes, you're getting the male vocals, and it's building. It starts out kind of smaller, and then it builds. And then about halfway in, you get this organ interlude. So I told you there are a lot of different elements here in this song. And then it builds and it builds, and the guitars and the riffs come in, and the grand sweeping choruses, and it all builds to this big finale. So again, I mentioned rock, metal, opera, and that's how it feels like it's finishing. It feels like it builds all the way to this song, this finale, the end of this song, as really the crowning jewel of this album. So that's the best way to describe that. And again, I'm not somebody who listens to this style of metal very much, but I gave this album a listen, and I'm telling you, it was worth it. You should definitely give this album a listen, even if it's not normally your thing. You know, for what it's worth, check it out. You may really love it. And if you're a symphonic metal fan, you are definitely going to love this album. It's called New World. The band is Imperial Age. Go check it out, and I'll see you later.